These are the frequently asked questions for Algebra 2 for Section 11.8, Day 1, starting with number 8. What we are doing here is finding the probability of X successes in N trials for the given probability of success P on each trial. What that means is we have a probability of success and we have a probability of failure. And those are two choices, which makes this a binomial probability. So the first part of this would be figuring out what we have to do to count those up. And as we look at this, X is the successes, but N is the number of trials. So there are 8 trials, and what we want to see is we'd like to see 3 be successes. Now we need the probability of a success, and they've given us that, so that is going to be 0.3. Now, 30% probability that it's going to happen, and how many times is that going to happen? Well, that's going to happen 3 times, because remember, that was the amount that we had for successes. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen all the time, and in fact, it's not going to happen a lot, because if this has a probability of 30% of success, that means 70% of the time it's going to fail. And if only 3 of these were successes out of the 8, that tells us 5 were failures. So now what we need to do is get this punched into the calculator so that we can see what the results are. So I'm going to move this down and come over to the calculator, and we want 8, choose 3, 8, math, over to probability, number 3, combinations, and we want the 3. So 8, choose 3. And I'll stop right there and get 56, because some of you will experience problems when you punch this in. You might want to record, hey, 8, choose 3 is 56, and then take 56 times the other pieces. Or you can do this in pieces like I'm going to do it here. So I need that 56 times 0.3 to the, and remember this was going to happen a success 3 times, enter. And then I also need that answer times 0.7 to the 5th power, because there were going to be 5 failures. So there's the answer, 0.2541. So that's the probability. You certainly could change it to, approximately 25%, because with any of our probabilities, we have that fraction in lowest term as a possible answer, our decimals as an answer, or of course percentages. Number 10. This one says we have X successes in 10 trials, so 5 successes in 10 trials, and the probability of a success is 1/2, 0.5. So this example could be tossing a coin. The probability of getting heads is 1/2, and the probability of getting tails is 1/2. So we start with the C, and we realize there were 10 total trials. We want to know the probability that 5 of them will be a success. Well, that's how we count up how many times that would happen. The probability piece really comes from understanding that 50% of the time that's going to happen, and 5 out of the 10 will be successes. But while 5 are successes, well, if we have 100% minus 50%, we have a 50% chance of a failure. And that's also going to happen 5 times, because remember, we were asked to find the probability of 5 successes in 10 trials, and the probability of a success is 50%. So this represents what we need for that binomial experiment, and let's go ahead and punch this one in. So this time I'm going to punch it all in as 1, and I'll clear my page here. I'm going to use parentheses to let the calculator know that I want to go ahead and put this combination in all at once. So 10 math, and then probability, combinations, number 3, 5, 10 choose 5, parentheses. All right, got that taken care of. Now I'm going to say times, and then I need parentheses. I want 0.5 to the 5th power, and parentheses. And then I want that times same thing, and basically we could have punched it in as 0.5 to the 10th power, but I wanted to give you an example here of punching this in at one time so that everybody can see how that needs to be done. So we have the whole string in there. We have, hey, do the combination piece first, then do the 0.5 to the 5th and the other 0.5 to the 5th, and enter. So we would get approximately 0.2461. Approximately 0.2461. So now you have 2 more of these to do. Hopefully that has been enough to help you out.